Good morning, guys. Welcome to my fall morning routine. I'm going to the gym right now at 6:30 and we're hitting arms today. So let's go have a good workout. Okay, it is 7:30 now. Workout is done. It was such a good workout. My favorite part of the morning is going in the sauna because it's just so calming. I try to not go on my phone until I get to the gym, and then normally I go on it on the treadmill, but for some reason today I forgot to do that. I was listening to a podcast and I guess I was just so attentive to the podcast that I didn't go on my phone. So I think I'm just gonna wait, because once I start going on my phone then I just keep checking it and like doing random things on my phone to keep my attention. So I'm gonna go home now and make breakfast. It's a beautiful sunny day. I also love going to the gym in the morning because I basically drink a whole Stanley, and I try to drink at least 2 of those a day. So if I already finish one in the morning, then I drink one while I work, and then I'm really good to go, because it's so important to stay hydrated, especially if you're working out. But yeah, let's go back home for breakfast. Okay, so for breakfast today I'm gonna make the same thing I've been making this past 2 weeks. It's 2 eggs, a piece of toast, and then I think I'll put a little bit of cottage cheese somewhere in there. And then I also have kimchi. I've been loving kimchi so much, so I'm gonna put some of that on the side. I'm done with my breakfast, just a little bit of kimchi, and then I put the cottage cheese with the eggs over toast. And now I think I'm gonna go on my phone while I eat breakfast. Okay, now it's time to get ready. I started off by putting moisturizer and the deep bronzy drops on my face. I use a moisturizer with SPF and I feel like it kind of makes me pale, but I want to make sure that I stay protected. It's not like the most glowy or like dewy moisturizer, I guess, so sometimes I like to put this e.l.f. setting spray before I do my makeup just to give it a little bit more moisture. Then I go with the Kosas concealer and just put a little bit under my eyes and on any blemishes. I feel like I haven't gotten ready in a couple of days, or I have like just gotten semi-ready maybe, but today I decided I'm gonna actually get ready because look good, feel good. It's 8:15 by the way too, so I like to start working at around 9, and I find even if I like don't get to the gym till later, like today, I still have so much time, which is nice because I love having a relaxing slow morning and not having to rush. Realization today in the gym that like I feel like my mood feels so different if I think that things are like gonna work out and be fine in the future versus if I don't. And recently I've been so unsure about what I want to do in the future, and sometimes I look at that positively and sometimes I look at it negatively. Last night I wasn't feeling that great because I was like, oh my gosh, is this just gonna be my life forever? Wake up, go to the gym, like work 8 hours alone in my house, make dinner, watch a show, go to sleep, which sometimes that's my ideal day, but recently it's just been feeling really mundane. And I think because it's so unsocial, I've been like struggling a lot with that, and also just thinking like, is this gonna be every single day? Because I like routine, but not that much. I like to also have fun things to look forward to and changes and challenges and all that sort of stuff. But then this morning in the gym I was like, if I knew that in 4 months my life, like I was gonna be so happy, maybe doing something different, and overall just be like okay, that just having that hope, having that optimism already made me feel better in the present moment. Just knowing that like you're okay, instead of like thinking of the future and thinking about all these like worries and what ifs, which ultimately is making you feel like you're not okay and things aren't going to be okay. But if you just keep that hope that like things are going to be better, it literally just makes now better, and it makes you act in a way that your life is good. So I'm going to be carrying that with me throughout today, which can be super difficult, but if you just try to be aware of what you're thinking so that you don't spiral into negativity and you start planting little small positive thoughts, it can really change your perspective, which will change how your life is. So yeah, that was my little realization this morning. And I think that's something that we all might have heard before, might know, but sometimes you forget and need to be reminded. I have this Rhode lip gloss in the shade Espresso. I'm gonna put this on. I was a little worried when I bought it that it was gonna be too dark, but it's actually perfect because if you put like a 10 on it, it will be thicker and darker, but if you just put a little bit, then it's just a little nice gloss and it almost looks clear. See, it's just like a little touch of color. And now for the finishing touches. Okay, I've been talking for a lot, so now we're gonna go downstairs and make an autumn vlog. Okay, before I make my linen vlog, I'm gonna give you guys a little fit check. Okay, so first we have this sweater, which is from Primark. I got it in the States a couple years ago, and it's so perfect for fall. I love to wear it just every day, or also for any like Thanksgiving or fancy sort of event. It's perfect. And I just paired it with these Abercrombie jeans. These are the low rise ultra loose jeans, and I also just got this brown belt from Garage because I wanted to get a little belt just to add to accessorize. Then for my jewelry, I have these two pairs are from Amazon. Actually, they're all from Amazon. I can link them down below. And my necklaces, this one's from Amazon, this one's from Every Jewels, and then my rings are all Every except for this silver one I got at a little shop in Grand Bend. But that's it for my jewelry. Now let's make our autumn vlog. So basically what an autumn vlog is, if you don't know, I got this idea from my favorite cafe called Bricketto. What I do is I take a chai, just a regular like chai tea bag, and make the tea, and then I use our Nespresso to make foam, and I add that to the top and then sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top, and it's so yummy and just such a nice way to start the day and have something to sip on while I work. You can literally do this with whatever you want, any sort of tea. I mean, I probably wouldn't do it with herbal, but it might taste okay. And I've done it with oat milk and then also creamer, but recently I've been doing it with creamer and it's so much better because it just foams so much better and it tastes so good. I've been using this David's Tea spice mix. There's 3 different types of chai, and I'm gonna use the Saigon chai today. Okay, I ended up mixing the creamer with the oat milk because I wanted to see if it would still turn out creamy, but it didn't. Still like a little bit of foam, but not a ton, so I think I'm just gonna stick to the creamer for now. But anyways, here is my yummy vlog, and now let's get to work. Welcome to my office. It is currently 8:50, and with this extra 10 minutes, I'm just going to use my iPad and go on my habit tracker and track off all the habits that I've completed this morning thus far. And then I also might just use my planner to plan out my day and everything that I want to accomplish today. I tried my tea and it's actually super good, even without like the foam on top. But yeah, here's my habit tracker. I love it because it just kind of keeps me on track and makes sure that I get everything that I want to done every day. And I also just feel a sense of accomplishment when I check everything off. And I also find it good to spend just a little bit of time to plan your day, so then you know what it's gonna look like, what you want to get done, and you also just feel a little bit more calm, because even if you have a ton to do and you're overwhelmed, if you can write it all down and how you're gonna do everything, it will make you feel so much better. Okay guys, it is 11:50 now, and I've just been editing for the last couple of hours since I started working. My camera died, so I didn't film anything, but now is around the time where I like to go for my lunch. And normally I make my lunch and then go for a walk around my neighborhood, but my mom and I are gonna go for a hike today, so I'll bring you guys along for that. It's just so nice to be outside, especially with the fall leaves. So I'm gonna get changed and then we're gonna head out for a hike. But yeah, that's basically my morning routine. It's been working really well for me the past week or so, and this is the routine that I've been doing for most of the year. I just took a little break off the end of summer to relax. So yeah, let's get ready to go on our hike. Okay, so I'm just wearing this Lulu long sleeve and then also Lulu shorts because it's about 21, 22, so it's gonna be hot, but not burning hot. So we'll be moving, so I shouldn't be super cold, but it's also shaded. So I feel like this is a safe option. Now I'm gonna eat a quick lunch and then we're gonna head on our hike. Just saw a snake eating a frog, and my mom and somebody walking by got this toad free, but it was quite an interesting thing to see. Okay guys, we're back from the hike now. It is actually 3 o'clock, way later than I was expecting, but that's definitely the end of this morning routine. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more routines or fall vlogs from me, leave a comment down below suggesting whatever videos you'd like. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!